Progressive victories across the country have caused some to take a step back and reassess what exactly the future of the Democratic Party may be. Now, a few of these candidates were coined the next AOC, but it's becoming quite clear that the movement has become larger than one congresswoman.
So what does all that mean for more establishment Democrats, and where does Joe Biden even fit into this narrative? So friend of the show, fan favorite, Democratic strategist Andrew Feldman, he is back on the show to weigh in on this. Good to see you, Andrew. We really miss you.
So great to see you, Andrew.
It is great to be back, guys, and my wife's thankful because I shaved this morning for you all. So good to be
we feel honored.
Perfect.
Thank
really
you, sir.
So, Andrew, give us, we haven't gotten your thoughts on the state of the party now for quite some time. Obviously, Biden is the Democratic nominee. So given what we've seen with Jamal Bowman, but also, frankly, just the sheer strength of the Biden campaign, up nearly 10 points in the polls now, how do you view the future of the Democratic Party moving forward towards the election day?
Look, I see the party as a party that's continuing to move to the left, to be a party that is more progressive, to be a party that's even more inclusive than we have been, and making sure that we address economic inequality, racial inequality, and all these major issues that we've seen for too long boiling up in this country. And I think we've seen that with Joe Biden as well, with the diversity of folks he has on his unity task force with Senator Bernie Sanders, and some of the policy changes he's already moved to. Joe Biden's 77 years old. Some of the things he's not going to completely move fully on, but a lot of the steps he's taken are the right direction, and we are
like what, Andrew?
Party. Sure, I think the bankruptcy plan that he says he's going to adopt of Elizabeth Warren. I think where he's moved on plenty of other issues when it comes to his moving on college affordability. Yes, it's not free college, but he's moving, right? He's addressed lowering the Medicare age. I mean, there are plenty of things that we've seen movement from Joe Biden here, and we have to give him credit.
His Medicare age thing, I'm not going to fight with you on this, but his Medicare age thing was less than what even Hillary Clinton was doing last time around. Look,
taxes, remember?
Joe Biden's been in this town for 50 years, Andrew. He's going to be more or less who he's been. I don't think anyone has any illusions about that, really. But my question more is, both with the strength of progressive wins in the recent primaries, but also with the fact that you have a young generation that doesn't just sort of fall in line. They're not Democratic Party loyalists. They're not going to pull their punches in terms of dissenting under a Biden administration. What do you think that ultimately looks like? Do you think there will be sort of an organized opposition to Biden within the left of the party if he is ultimately the president? And do you think that they'll be receptive to that? Because that's the other question. Look, they won the primary by basically being like, screw you to the left. And it looks very much like they can win the general election by basically being like, screw you to the left. Will they be responsive? How organized, how vocal will that opposition be? What do you think that's going to look like?
Well, here's what I think. I think that if Democrats gain or remain control of the House, which I think is likely, and it's becoming increasingly likely that we'll take back the Senate. If we control all three branches or two branches, the full legislative branch and the White House, I think you are looking at a New Deal era with major progressive policies. I think if we have a mandate, Joe Biden will move on these issues, and he will see and read. Unlike Donald Trump, he will see read the tea leaves and show that we need to move on these issues. And I think you will see that from Joe Biden, but I think also you will see that because of the energy around these issues, around racial justice, around healthcare, around environmental justice. I think you will see movement that we have not seen in decades if we can take back the Senate and we can expand our margin in the House and win the White House.
Well, that's really what I wanted to get with you, Andrew. You are a well-connected man. You know some of the people on the Biden team. How are they feeling in terms of policy? Because we talk here sometimes. I could not tell you what Biden is going to do in the first 100 days of his administration. It's not really like he really talks about it all that much either. So where is their plan? Are they thinking about coming up with one? What are they thinking right now in terms of trying to secure the American people and saying, like, look, this is what we're going to do if we actually get into office?
Right now, the strategy of the Joe Biden campaign is to let Donald Trump continue to shoot himself in the foot. And he does that every single day. And that strategy has been working. Now, look, I do think what we're going to see, we are going to see in the coming days, recommendations from the Unity Task Force, right, that has people on it like Sarah Nelson and others. AOC is on that task force, people that are beloved by the progressive wing of this party. And I believe that Unity Task Force platform recommendations, whatever is going to be on it, will have an agenda to move the country forward. But at this point, this is about, and this is really what I think is about, when you're thinking about Joe Biden, when you're thinking about the Democratic Party, what you need to ask yourself is, this is the party with a moral compass. Do I have a moral compass? If the answer is yes, then yes, the Democratic Party is the party you want to be with, not Donald Trump and the Republicans.
Andrew, always great to see you. Thank you,
I miss
sir.
these takes.
Great to be with you.
Good to see you, Andrew.
Thank you all for watching our 3rd of July show this weekend. Make sure you keep an eye out for our thoughts on the likelihood of filibuster reform and much more. Also, please like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a single video. I wouldn't want that to happen to you. Have a great weekend.
See you guys.